time they shine your light in the sky, don't go to it. The bat is dead. Bury it. Consider this mercy.
Tell me. Do you bleed? You will.
And welcome to another edition of my watch along. And this time I'll be featuring the theatrical cut of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, available at Netflix Philippines. Yes, and of course it's been a month since Netflix USA showed the same movie over there at their side of the global boundaries. And yeah, this time we'll start. Uh, this time we'll be watching here in Netflix Philippines, promoting. Here we are promoting Zack Snyder's uh, BVS, and of course, welcome to my streaming. So let's set our Netflix on zero, and let's start in five, four, three, two, and one. Warner Bros., a Time Warner company, Rat Pack Entertainment, DC Comics. This we're, we're being shown the funeral for Dr. Thomas Wayne and his wife Martha Wayne. This is the first scene. I watched this movie way back in 2016 with my son, and the flashbacks here has shown Dr. Thomas and Martha Wayne walking from watching Excalibur. Yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is, of course, Thomas Wayne. And yes, we see Bruce falling. The scene cuts from one scene to another with the mugger, Joe Chill, killing Bruce's parents and him running during the funeral to falling to that abandoned well. Of course, this is Zack Snyder's signature slow mo. Shh. Now showing Batman v Superman, the theatrical cut. So this part is part of Bruce memories slash imagination, where he's being lifted by the bats, written by Chris Terrio and David Goyer, and of course directed by Zack Snyder. So we cut scenes to Metropolis, where mankind is introduced to the Superman. Man, this this ties in with Man of Steel, and it was beautifully done. The Battle of Metropolis. Bruce Wayne was kind of stuck there. This reinforces xenophobia and how he hates how he hated Superman back then. Okay, we see Superman versus Zod. This is another point of view from those scenes from Man of Steel. This the feeling of frustration for Bruce that he cannot save his friend Jack, his friend and employee, the devastation. So we see Mr. Wallace being pinned down. His legs are pinned down. He will play an important role for this film later on. Man, lots of people died during the battle for Metropolis, and this made Bruce very angry as we see Zod and Superman continue fighting. And this is 18 months later. We're somewhere in the Indian Ocean. Remember, remember the world engine that Superman stopped was uh, was destroyed here, and some divers are salvaging something. The Of course, this is the kryptonite. We switch scenes again. This is Nairobi, Africa, where Lois Lane is being taken to interview uh, a terrorist leader with Jimmy Olsen, or the guy posing as Jimmy Olsen. They portray Lois as a very tough reporter, not a lovesick puppy, much like the previous Superman movies. The enemy here is, of course, Anatoly Kyanade, Anatoly Kyanazev, the KG Beast, and Jimmy is shot dead, making DC fans confused and angry. But if you really minded the story of the movie, you'll know that Well, it's within the script by Cristerio and David Goyer. Of course, this is a shorter version from the one I streamed last December. We streamed the BVS, the Ultimate Cut, last December, and now we have, well, the theatrical one uh, playing at Netflix. I don't know why they hated Henry Cavill's portrayal of Superman. It's better to see someone who a modern day Superman without being a dork. The U.S. Congress wants to control Superman. This is uh, this is him being serious. Clark and Lois lives in the same apartment. In the comic book, Clark and Lois does live in the same apartment, but uh, different apartment built up different numbers. Lois got the bullet wedged from her diary, and here comes Superman. I wonder where they got the idea that Henry Cavill Superman doesn't smile. They got uh, mental their issues with this is sh- our neighbors are noisy, probably drinking again. Damn, look at that. People forget that Clark here in the Snyder universe, the Snyderverse, is didn't grow up in isolation over at the Arctic. His when he discovered his Kryptonian roots, he was still the Clark from Smallville, not the hermit. Okay, we switch scenes. We're in Gotham City. Two cops are responding to, and we see a batarang. Man, those things are sharp. So we have Chinese immigrants or something, and they seem to be scared of something. So the cop is going upstairs. This scene is inspired from The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller, like most of Batman's scene here. I wonder how Zach will do uh, a Dark Knight Returns adaptation. Batman branded the goon with his bat symbol, and just like cattle, he branded the criminal elements of the city. Now we got Bruce coming to the Bat Cave. We get Alfred. Jeremy Irons plays a really good Alfred. He's more weapons expert than Butler. He's Batman's tech man, developing the bat armor, but he's the same cynical Alfred we learned to love over the years. So he still thinks that the white Portuguese is a man by this time. Ben Affleck really looks like Bruce Wayne. We're criminals, Alfred. We've always been criminals. Is a line from The Dark Knight Returns graphic novel. So powerlessness. Batman feels powerless in with the dawn of the Superman, making him more cruel than usual. Well, because Robin in this story died, and that changed Batman in his war against crime. The mark of the Bat brand is a death sentence in prison. So we're in Metropolis now with Alexander Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg, Homeland Security, Planetary Security. So Lex Luthor already knows that there are still threats out, interstellar threat out there. Michael Shannon still plays the dead General Zod. We see Merce, Mercy Graves. Yes, the meta-human thesis. So his Lex is debating about the the need for a silver bullet against the Kryptonians. So we have Superman Stalker, the guy from Wayne Wayne Enterprise that got his legs blown off. You know, in real life, you really need to. People will say that they need to regulate such beings, the meta-humans. Let's not pretend that that's not the case. This is real. This is real life. The the reaction is real. This is where the false god uh, graffiti happened. Wallace Vernon Keefe was supposed to be Metallo in the original draft, but he was a sacrificial lamb for Lex Luthor. Now we see Jenny, the so Luthor is being asked for his wish list by this senator congressman, and he wants access to the Kryptonian ship. Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor is one eccentric individual, eccentric, uh, homophobic, and brilliant. This is not your jailbird land scamming Luthor. He requested access to the Kryptonian ship. He wants Zod's, General Zod's body for testing. Ship scenes to Fight Club, underground Fight Club, where Bruce whispered something in the ear of one of the fighters. Man, that's awesome. And of course, he's cloning the KGB's phone. And Clark Kent is telling Perry that he of what the bat is doing. Water wet. Henry Cavill is really serious. He's not a big doofus, a big galoot here. He's an intelligent reporter. The senator from Kentucky, Molly Holly Hunter, Senator Finch is telling Lex that she's blocking the import permit request for the the kryptonite. Yes, Luthor is paranoid. Stately Wayne Manor looks like a devastated piece of real estate. Something happened there the, that the Batfleck movie could have explained. But yeah, I hope Netflix does the whole Snyderverse restoration. ZSJL2, ZSJL3, the Batfleck movie, Man of Steel 2, Wonder Woman 3. I hope Netflix does it all. Scott Stuber, president of Netflix, wants more Zack Snyder content. So who knows if this engagement watch alongs are successful, if Rebel Moon is successful, we'll get what we want. General Swanwick from Man of Steel. He's promoted from military to defense secretary. Bruce is still investigating the white Portuguese. He still thinks Lex Luthor is the white Portuguese. Bruce Batman's being a detective here. So he's being invited to attend Luthor's gala or something. His face is really getting grimmer and grimmer every passing moment. Now we see the Robin costume. Jokes on you, Batman. So if you enjoyed David Ayer's Studio Squad, yeah, that's where we knew that the Joker and Harley Quinn killed killed off Robin. So Clark Kent does not know Bruce Wayne during this time. And we see Diana Prince, Gal Gadot, hints of the Trinity. Philosoph- Philanthropist means a lover of men. Clark is hearing Alfred's voice communicating with Bruce. This is Bruce spying, getting data, being a detective. Shh. Luthor is babbling here. That was weird. So Clark introduced himself to Bruce. He's asking Bruce, the Bat Vigilante, don't believe anything you hear, son. Hypocritical. Well, the way Bruce says alien, is damn xenophobe. Bad history of freaks dressed like clowns, of course, referring to the Joker and Harley Quinn. The rumor was that Luthor learned about Superman and Batman's secret ID because Lex Luthor teams up with the Joker, but it's still they change a bit the story a bit. And he lost his device and sees Diana. This is a job for Superman. Okay, Superman saves the people from the burning building. During this Day of the Dead celebration. Of course, people has superstitious belief on everything. It's understandable. Okay, the paradigms shit involving meta-humans on this. Every act is a political act. This is Superman saving people. It's not the debate is about not how Superman sees himself, but this is how people sees him: savior, messiah, threat. They're saying assumptions and assumptions and projections. This makes Clark think of what he's doing, questioning himself, making him more human and relatable to us. Wallace Keefe is released from prison with the help of Lex Luthor. All of uh, all of Clark's assignment was not. He didn't do any of his assignment. Apples don't cost a nickel, and Perry wants Clark Batman to drop the Batman story. Well, Now Diana's been shown the so-called Sword of Alexander, where she meets Bruce Wayne, which is a fake. You took something that doesn't belong to you. Is it stealing if you steal from another thief? That's sort of like the theme for Red Notice. The Babe in the Woods act. I don't think you ever known a woman like me. Wow. Little boys. So he got the device and he's decrypting. So we're in the nightmare scene. Basically, Zach had a plan. That's why he gave us the nightmare scene over at BVS. The plan was to really uh, that the Justice League will be defeated in Justice League 2 and they would win and time travel in Justice League 3. And guess what? Jeff Johns leaked the story to Marvel, and then we got Endgame. How can the Avengers do time traveling without anything? No, nothing, no plan, no word. They stole Zack's story. Marvel stole Zack's story. That's true. Uh, this involved Jeff Johns, Peter Berg, and of course the guy from Marvel, Kevin. Kevin Feige. Weren't you surprised that the Avengers had to travel back in time? That was the plot that Zack's storyboard told during that time for ZSJL 3. Yep, because in ZSJL 2, Darkseid invaded Earth and stole, and the Justice League was defeated. Well, according to the storyboards, and since it was already leaked, somehow Zack has an alternative, and I hope Netflix picks it up. So the nightmare scene is based on the DC series Injustice, where Superman became uh, a sort of tyrant controlled by Darkseid, much like Grant Morrison's Rock of Ages. We see Ezra Miller as the Flash. This was a time when Ezra Miller was still uh, good with people. And hello, Brogu. Timestamp is 1 hour and 35 minutes. Brogu's in the chat. Hey, Brogu, we're watching BVS, the theatrical cut, over at Netflix, and we continue to engage with Netflix. Luthor is messing with Superman and Batman's head. Now he knows that the white Portuguese is uh, a boat. It's a ship. The timestamp is 1 hour and 33 minutes left. Bruce is really careful with with um, with the safety of the Earth. How many good guys are left? How many stays that way? That's the yep. How I've been doing? Very nice, Brogu. Doing some streaming, some YouTube shorts uh, for doing some biblical verses. That's what keeping me busy these days. Plus the fact that I'm always going to the university with my wife. She's teaching economics over at the state university down here. So this is another scene where that was taken directly from or adapted, no adapted, just taken, copied from the Dark Knight Returns comic book. Batman using a rifle. Well, right. I thought my internet connection was wonky again, but I'm just a glitch. Now we see the Batmobile. For me, this is one of the best Batmobile design ever made for cinema. And as Batman, Ben Affleck is really brutal. It goes with the character, goes with the story, and he doesn't kill intentionally, like what Tim Burton and Michael Keaton did way back in Batman and Batman Returns. This is a great car chase. Brogu said, "Do you think making the Mandalorian into movie is a popcorn movie is a good idea?" Well, I think so. Although I hope they bring back Gino Carano, those wimp who fired her needs to have a spanking. You know, a better plot for the Mandalorian is having having Mando and Luke Skywalker team up in a story, not just a cameo. Damn, Star Wars done correctly is awesome. Well, that's the condition if done correctly. In Batman '89, this kind of firepower was in the Batmobile, and when Ben Affleck used it, people went bananas and nuts. Now we have the confrontation between Superman and Batman, the first face off, which happened to be in my intro. I think John Favreau will bring Gina back. I hope so. I hope he brings Gina Carano back. It's makes no sense if they don't. Tell me, do you bleed? All right. one of my favorite dialogue. So 1 hour and 26 minutes and 57 seconds left of the movie. I'm doing the countdown, not the man. I hope Netflix picks up the whole Zack Snyderverse uh, and give it to Netflix, show it on Netflix. This universe deserves to be continued. So the KGBs, Anatoly Anatoly Kianazev is of course Lex Luthor's henchman. So the US Senate wants Superman to be an investigation. People are scared of Superman, which is natural because they know Superman is an alien and people hate what they don't understand. Uh, it takes Mama Kent to affirm Clark and his fears. He's thinking the whole arc of Superman from Man of Steel, BVS, and later on in ZSJL is of course his character development, and he will be the Superman people love after. And some people don't want that to happen. They want a big galoot Superman. They want Christopher Reeve, which cannot happen anymore because, well, we all know why. So this is how Lois knows how how Lex Luthor is setting up Superman because she's there. Countdown is 1 hour and 23 minutes. Counting down. This is how Lex Luthor sacrifices Mercy Graves. Man, this whole story is incomplete Even the ultimate cut is that they didn't put the conspiracy between Lex Luthor and the Joker. Power can be innocent. That's a lie. The oldest lie. The oldest lie is that the power can be innocent. That's coming from a paranoid xenophobe like Lex Luthor. And Luthor knows Superman's weakness. Why is that? Luthor knows who Batman is. Why is that? Is Lex Luthor more intelligent than Bruce Wayne? Not without help. The the way the filmmakers make the previous Superman movies from Richard Donner, Richard Lester, Bryan Singer makes makes Superman a naive being. Yep, Superman came. He confronted those who are saying that so this is Granny's speech juice. Honestly, this can be anything peace from piss to peach tea. Granny's peach tea. And Lex Luthor is absent from the hearing. Superman reacted late because he cannot see the the wheelchair is lead lined. This, of course, will affect Superman. You cannot really stay cheery and after an event like that. And this drove Bruce bonkers. If Superman was real, you would have politicians doing the same thing, trying to control the most powerful man in the universe for political purpose. That's right, Brogu. I totally agree with that. It's in their nature as politicians, in their nature. It's man's nature to control what they don't understand. They fear what they don't understand, and they use that for their own benefit. How many times does Superman save a cat from a tree? That's not really feasible. So this is the time that Superman is heavily brooding. Why? A lot of people died. He didn't see it, and he's not looking because he's just a man. He's not a god. So counting down 1 hour and 16 minutes and 29 seconds of the countdown. So Superman was never real, but a dream of a farmer from Kansas. Well, this is a very complicated portrayal of Superman. You can't help it to feel this down. He had the power to save people, but he couldn't. This is a failure for him. An L, a Lu. This is an L for Superman. And now we have Luthor coming in to the Kryptonian ship. It's amazing how Kelor doesn't act in defensive mode, but since he went in with Zod's DNA, well, he cheated his way. The Kryptonian key. This is how Lex Luthor learned about Krypton, about everything involving Krypton and the worlds. The Kryptonian archive is very thorough, very vast, 100,000 different worlds. Now Bruce is, of course, forging his weapons from kryptonite. This only comes natural since, of course, Bruce is being influenced by Luthor and his rage and Bruce's own rage, for he cannot stop Superman on his own. Now he studied the files that he took from Diana. He sees, of course, Wonder Woman, the meta-human files, Wonder Woman in Paris, Diana Prince in Paris. Luthor is surveying, spying on her. And the picture from Belgium in 1918, Wonder Woman with her squad, Chris Pine, and the Wonder Woman theme always gives me goosebumps. Is General Zod. The knowledge he had for creating the Doomsday Abomination is from the ship's own archives. The desecration without name, the Doomsday. Wow. People are blaming Superman for the destruction in the capital. This is like a scene from leftist rallies where they burn effigies all over. Now Superman is gone up north. This is, of course, his fortress of solitude, where he sees Jonathan Kent in in his head. This is where Superman thinks, man, he's uh, Jonathan Kent is speaking to him in his head, telling giving some advices that is kind of weird. Yes, he's talking to his daddy. So it's Martha who gave Jonathan faith that there's good in this world, and that's what Martha has passed on to Clark. He misses his dad. That's why. Now we see the the empty husk that was Wayne Manor. Alfred understands everything. So my countdown clock says 1 hour and 7 seconds, 7 minutes and 21 seconds. So I never understood why they destroyed Wayne Manor. Who destroyed them? Who the Batfleck movie could have answered so many questions. They want to see Superman. This is a trial of public opinion. Ano ba naman? Ah, my son is in my back. Look at that guy. So the KGB's men kidnap Martha Kent, and Batman is in full armor, getting ready for his battle with Superman. What a way to use the bat signal. It's a good thing that Netflix streamed BVS now. It's kind of refreshing to watch the theatrical cut again after all these years. And even if this is the theatrical cut, it was better than most CBMs I watched. And now Lois is being kidnapped, busted. So basically, Metropolis is quite a short way. The next big city from Gotham. Luthor is a dick. Lola in slacks. You notice the bat signal from afar. That's quite a long way. Man, Jesse Eisenberg's Luthor is so eccentric, and Lois called him psychotic. That guy has daddy issues, and he threw Lois off the building. That was the plan because Superman always saves Lois. Always. Okay, no one saw Superman kissing Lois. Now the big confrontation between Luthor and Superman. Evil in the world. You know, the Betas sounds like Lex Luthor. Honestly, he knows, Luthor knows who Clark Kent is. So Luthor has really has daddy issues. Oh man. If you're so good, you cannot be all powerful? That's absurd. Across the bay. That's quite a long ways. It takes a long ferry ride from Gotham to Metropolis, and it also takes a short plane ride. That's how I describe it based on this movie. God versus man, day versus night, son of Krypton versus Bat of Gotham. I think I said this during my BVS Ultimate Edition stream. So the point of the kidnapping of Martha Kent was to control Superman. Man. So the countdown timestamp 59 minutes and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds. If Superman was real, he would have acted the same way. This is how Frank Miller describes Superman in his Dark Knight Returns book. Mankind would be crazy enough to think that they could control Superman if he was real. Yes, they would. It's like people like playing God. He's egging Superman by saying Mother of God. He considered Superman as God. And imagine, Kal-El was invented by two Jewish boys, and well, the L stands for divine. This something's happening at the Kryptonian ship. So Diana has witnessed the ship acting up. So Superman is telling Lois that he has to go to Gotham to help him, or he has to die. I mean, like that's the condition. No one stays good in this world because we are all. No one stays good, totally good. It's uh, it's a fact of life. Bruce sent Diana an email that he cracked Luthor's drive and he found his picture in Belgium. Who are you? Where have you been? Then attaches, of course, the meta-human file from LexCorp with Wonder Woman, Cyborg, The Flash, and Aquaman. First is The Flash, Ezra Miller's Scarlet Speedster. Do mind that this was way before all the controversy that involves Ezra, and he was a great actor back then. But the controversy that marred his career was devastating to his career. Now we see Jason Momoa's first appearance of Aquaman as Aquaman with the Samoan tattoos, long hair. This was and the Trident. I think James Wan followed that swimming speed in Aquaman, the first Aquaman movie. And someday I'll watch the Aquaman 2, The Lost Kingdom, once it's streamed or turned digital. Countdown clock countdown is 54 minutes and 15 seconds. Counting down, we see Victor Stone, Ray Fisher as Cyborg for the first time. We all know that uh, Zach had a plan to make uh, a five-story, film arc involving Superman, Batman, the Justice League, Darkseid, and the full circle treatment for Superman to be the Superman we all know and love. But those punks, those betas didn't give Zack a chance. But I hope Netflix will give him that chance. So this is the confrontation between Batman and Superman, a la The Dark Knight Returns. Batman prepared for Superman. This is and he's not listening. Batman's not listening to anything that Superman is saying, but he's angry enough to beat Batman up just to listen to him. In the prep time, and Batman is ready for Superman. The way Zack uses the heat vision was really awesome. It is a very powerful weapon, a weapon of mass destruction. He's done talking. Seems that Superman is done talking, and he just wants to beat up Batman at this point, and Batman is still not listening. And this is the first salvo for the kryptonite weapon. And yeah, that's how you beat Superman, by using kryptonite on him. Some people don't like that Superman is beaten by Batman. So we have Paul Lim in the chat. Hello, boss. Hello, Paul. Welcome to my theatrical version Batman v Superman stream. So counting down to 50 minutes, 30 seconds for the movie. This, of course, is a Netflix, Paul. Netflix Philippines. So this is a good time to watch it. Truth to tell, Superman doesn't have a martial arts training. Unlike Batman, Superman just have his super strength, and he feels the effect of the kryptonite wearing off. This is the time that he fights back, and he's not talking anymore. Plus the fact that his spit curl has appeared here, and it's like hitting steel. Okay, time check. This is in reverse, Paul. I have 48 minutes and 50 seconds left for the movie. Batman can hold out of his own, but without super strength. Even with super strength, but with the kryptonite, he he can defeat Superman, even kill him. The kryptonite gas has worn off. Batman would be serious trouble. Yeah, without the kryptonite gas, Batman can't win. Man, This is like pro wrestling for Superman and Batman. Body slam. This bat suit is not is a practical effect, not CGI. Batman will always have kryptonite in the Batcave. That was canon during the reboot back in the 80s when Superman gave him a piece of kryptonite. They taught me only the world makes sense if you force it to. So Batman, since his parent died, has no one to teach him except Alfred, and Alfred is really not that good as a parent. While the Kents taught Superman Clark values. This is Batman really, really mad. The problem is you can't drop the local grocery store and buy kryptonite. It's not highly available. That's true, Brogu. Superman had to give Bruce kryptonite in the comics. And in this case, he had to steal uh, kryptonite from Lex Luthor. So Clark is saying, save Martha. It's he didn't say save my mother. He said save Martha. He's still covering up his secret identity to Batman. This calmed Bruce down a bit. Sort of, he remembered his mother's name. I don't get those haters. Why did you say that name? I don't get the haters who didn't like the scene. Those guys, they don't know Batman's psyche. Now Batman learned that it's his mother's name. It's Clark's mother's name, same as his mother's name, which is this makes sense that he calmed he calmed down, made him realize that what he's doing is wrong, and he's still angry. So that scene was very iconic. True, because for whatever reason, they got Batman to calm down and stop his assault. Now Superman is explaining why everything's happening. Two Marthas that took care of the two most powerful beings in the DC universe. Yes, true. Okay, so this is Batman calming down. So Superman just is not affected by the kryptonite gas. So countdown for the film is 42 minutes and 7, 6, 5, 3 seconds. He just said the lyrics for the song being played when they kidnap Martha Kent. So we're nearing the iconic warehouse scene. I think this scene is the best Batman cinematic fight scene ever made. A lot of fans underappreciate Amy Adams, but I consider her one of the best Lois Lane. Actually, true. Amy Adams played Lois as a tough reporter, being she's the what you call investigative journalist that she is, not the lovesick uh, one, the most violent Batman cinematic fight scenes. Yes, this is it. That was stupid. Man, this is good. The fight choreography, choreography is really good. So the guy who lost the grenade is the first casualty of this fight. Body slam. This is very similar to the Wonder Woman fight scene from ZSJL, where she threw the terrorists like ragdolls, and that could have broke the neck of that hood, that thug, broken bones. Damn. The knife went through the armor, and he went through a wall. That hurts. This scene is directly from The Dark Knight Returns graphic novel, even the dialogue. I believe you, son. And there goes the KGBs, burned in a ball of fire. So this is the most humorous part of this movie. I figured the cape. Ha! All right, one of the best fight scenes ever. True, this is even better than the one in The Dark Knight Rises, where Batman took care of Bane's henchmen. Timestamp is countdown 36 minutes and 40 seconds left. I'd rather do the breaking in person. Man, this is how Luthor made Doomsday. Another major uh, devastation for Metropolis. Ancient Kryptonian deformity based on blood of Lex Luthor, Doomsday. So there's genetic hatred for Clark since Zod hates Superman. Time left is 34 minutes and 56 seconds. The haters really has too much to say about this film being, I don't know, haters hate. That's quite a fact. And it turns out that there was a really campaign to hate on Zack Snyder's works. There can never be another Superman like Henry Cavill ever. He's, of course, serious, intelligent, and has emotion. That's what missing. Uh, that's what missing. What's missing from the other portrayals? They just wanted a Superman who is always okay, even in the face of tragedy. This is another battle for Metropolis. So the best part of this is that they move the fight to unpopulated areas. Yes, Paul, the Turkish Airways ad. Imagine if Netflix will continue the Snyderverse. they will expand the the DCEU. Uh, we're praying and hoping for that because honestly, Guns DCU will flop. Military always wants to nuke. Excuse me, Miss Prince. 3, 2, 1. So they send a nuke to destroy Doomsday at the expense of course, Superman. Man, it has to be higher in the from the atmosphere just to be sure. Gal Gadot is so beautiful. That's true, Brogu. That's so true. And that's the effect of a nuclear blast outside the atmosphere. Projectile 1 is Doomsday. Projectile 2 is, of course, Superman. This is Secretary Swanwick, the Martian Manhunter. Doomsday is still alive, and he just shed his skin, and man, he's getting more powerful by the minute. That this what happened if you play with nukes. You mutate Doomsday literally. Yeah, that's true. Now we see Superman in space. This looks like the effect of nuclear weapons on Superman, just like Frank Miller did in The Dark Knight Returns. It's unkillable. Man, if you had an unkillable enemy, that would be hard. Timestamp, time countdown is 28 minutes and 30 seconds left for the film. Only kryptonite weapons will work. And he almost, man, Batman is letting the Doomsday weapon to chase him back to Gotham. It's actually a calculated risk for Batman. Tell that to Lois who threw the spear away. Yep, Lois. threw the spear away, and he healed him. Superman healed because uh, he uh, he bathed himself with sunlight. Oh, so this is Paul's favorite scene coming up. Wonder Woman. So Batman was saved by Wonder Woman. Yes, yes. This is the portrayal of Wonder Woman, who is a warrior god. Yes, this is a Trinity for the first time in cinema, and I those haters can go to Hades. This is the best movie for the three superheroes. So Lois is doing what's best for them. Did you find this thing is from another world? My world. I killed things from other worlds before. She with you? Ha! I thought she was with you. All right, that's humor. The freaking Trinity. Strike a pose. Doomsday is really going at it. It's a good thing that this part of the city is abandoned. Only Lois is appears to be in it. Countdown 24 minutes 55 seconds left. Amazonium steel. Gal Gadot is so beautiful, and she's a warrior too in real life. Damn. Lois is trapped under. Good thing Superman's there. Heat vision versus heat vision. And he and finally Superman hears Lois struggling underwater. Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman, can save me anytime. Yes. Yes, Brogu. She can save me anytime too. Countdown is 22 minutes 30 seconds left for the film. Okay. The Dark Knight Returns pose. Man, Batman's being thrown around. Uh, Christopher Nolan's s- Batman is more realistic than this one from Ben Affleck, from Zack Snyder. So Superman noticed that Wonder Woman and Batman are losing. Countdown is, of course, 20 seconds, 57 minutes, 20 minutes and 53 seconds left. This is Clark saying goodbye to Lois. You are my world, man. This always gives me tears. This gives me tears in my eyes. Superman's ultimate sacrifice. Doomsday is mutating, and Batman used his final kryptonite bullet to stop Doomsday. And yes, oh man, that's this scene is so powerful. The death of Superman. Literally saved everyone from Doomsday. He gave his life for us all. This is the Jesus moment for Superman. Biblical references, true, to save us all. He sacrificed himself. That was sad. Always makes me sad to see Superman dying, representing Jesus himself. Yes, yes, true. It was Alex Ross who portrayed Superman first as a messiah figure. Tear jerking moment. Yes, true. This is a scene directly from the Bible. This is how they. This is how they uh, put Jesus down the cross. The imagery right here is Pieta, Mary Magdalene kneeling. True. This is that scene alone is really a canvas, a work of art. Batman is, of course, the Centurion. Yes. And Luthor getting his hair clipped. So people wanted a bald Luthor, so they got a bald Luthor. And this makes sense than an effect of kryptonite on his hair. Superman Dead is the headline, and in Clark Kent died also. Superman 75. Yep, the death of Superman. He, Martha, and the Tuxedo Comics same headline. True. The death of Superman was one of the highest grossing comic book in history. Uh, Up to now, nobody has beaten the gross sales of Superman 75. I think X Men number one by Jim Lee. So Clark wanted to marry Lois, but he died. It's a Scottish funeral with bagpipes. Okay, I always thought Superman 75. It's one of the highest grossing comic books out there. This scene was used also in Suicide Squad by the David Ayer one directed, even the studio squad. They didn't show the cameo of Deborah Snyder here. It was shown in the Ultimate Edition. Man, only 13 minutes left and 10 seconds. Superman's casket in the movie, same as in Funeral for a Friend, the comic book story. Yes, the logo, the symbol is the same. So this is the turning point for Batman's redemption arc, since he was from an enemy to a friend. Brogu said, "You can't help but see the parallel between Superman and Jesus Christ himself. Jesus was a perfect human that gave his perfect life on behalf of mankind." Yes, that's true. Being skeptical, but I really hope Superman Red Sun please do well. Red Sun, no, it's not the time yet to do a live Superman Red Sun. Not with the conditions the world has today. This is one of the best stories. This is one of the best comic book movies out there. Even this Nerf version. If you seek his monument, look around you. So we are all Supermen, supposed to be. Something's coming. Okay, we have Luthor. Turn around and face the wall. Place your forehead. They're gonna do what to let Luthor enter Batman. This is Luthor being as pesky as ever. Only 10 minutes and 15 seconds left for the film. I thought he was gonna brand Luthor here. The bells are already been rung. Ding ding ding. Man. Ding dong, the god is dead. Superman legacy. Okay, Paul, you're forgiven, but hate to say, Superman legacy will flop. Mark my word. If it ever even gets made, Luthor turned the painting upside down. I am, of course, a skeptic because Ganosho doesn't know DC characters at all. His DC works, that includes the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, uh, both are both are flops. So this is almost the last scene. We see Superman's casket, Lois throwing dirt, and and that's it. The dirt is moving, and that's it. Levitation. Yes, it's levitation. So that was a good movie, and that's not even the the ultimate cut. That's still the theatrical one. And thank you Netflix for letting us watch the the studio cut of BVS. And of course, I want to thank Brogu and Paul for being on my stream. And yes, like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and share this video to everyone. And yes, till next time, guys. Adios. And here we go.
Killing people. They look alive to me.
Because I saved them.
Well, that's why I waited until you were there. I got the information I needed. No one died. I did it your way.
He does have a point.
I know it got lost in all the confusion, but we still have some issues to settle here. There are only heroes and there are villains.
You think yourself a hero, but you would let these criminals go free.
Heroes don't kill people.
Well, I do.